Hey people! In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made two new character designs. Now, I'm not a professional character designer or anything. I don't know how people properly do this sort of stuff. I just kind of look at stuff I think would fit the personality of the character and then mush it all together. Alright, with that said, let's get into it. Tegan is a sort of playful, extroverted kind of person. I did give her a design a while ago, but I thought it would be better to edit it considering her personality has changed since the drawing was made. Since Tegan is more easygoing and fun, I gave her a more casual pose. You know, like she's just there to have a good time with friends and family. After I was happy with her pose, I moved on to her hair. In the original, Tegan's hair is sort of confusing. At the top it seems to fold under itself, then where the hair drops down it just goes into floofy spike things, which I thought didn't look very good anymore, so I instead gave her hair that just went out in floofs instead of weird hair folds. I also shortened it and gave it more volume, so it fluffs out instead of staying super close to her head. And of course I gave her that little bit of floating hair. I don't know what it's called, but it's cute. This was when I moved on to her outfit. Since I was going for 80s fashion, I added a somewhat puffy denim jacket, which I thought would look pretty cute on her. I thought it looked plain, so I added these weird little side pockets, which I didn't really like, so it does change later. Then I moved on to her pants. I wanted her to have clothes she could move around in, but also looked nice, which led to Tegan having cuffed denim shorts. With the shoes, I wanted to go with something that wasn't just my classic draw a line around the foot and bam, shoe. But I didn't want something that would take ages to redraw every time I drew her. Since we're making this in mind for an animator, who would have to redraw her like a gazillion times. I knew I wanted her to have shoes that would go up around her ankles. I just wasn't great at drawing them. This was the first time I was working on the shoes, and it was straight out of my brain. I didn't even bother to reference at this point. I gave her an easygoing, happy expression to finish off her head area. And then I turned back to her legs. Since Tegan spends a lot of time outside, she's bound to have some injuries from scraping her legs and such. So I gave her a band-aid on one side of her leg and a scar on the other, getting rid of the socks I had previously drawn. This is also when I got rid of those weird side pockets and replaced them with elbow patches. I was trying to figure out what sort of earring I wanted her to have. I knew hoop earrings and the sort were really popular with 80s fashion, but I knew they would be kind of annoying to draw over and over again, so I settled with a star stud earring instead. Next, I lined the drawing. This was when I realized I wasn't happy with the shoes, and so I got up a reference and fiddled with them until I was. Here's the colouring. I went with a dark grey blue colour for the jacket to go with the leather colour of the collar and the patches. The shorts were a lighter blue colour, similar to a sky blue. I also went with red for the shoes and shirt. That's when I realised I'd given Tegan a primary colour scheme, which I thought worked out nicely, since she's the friendly and fun type. I then quickly coloured her band-aid, scar, drew in her shoelaces, and did some shading. After her body was completely finished, I drew in her face. I gave her grey eyes, just so you wouldn't be overpowered by a bunch of colours when you looked at her, and we were done! I had never drawn Katrina before, since initially I had only drawn Tegan and her brother Newt, so it was fun creating a completely new person. Katrina is Tegan's best friend. She gives off extreme chaotic younger sibling vibes, despite being older than Tegan. When I started this, I had already decided Katrina would be shorter than Tegan and also wear a high-waisted, pleated skirt. Since Katrina has a lot of energy, I decided to give her a pose that would encapsulate that. I thought of poses that made me think high energy and excited, so I landed on her thrusting her fist into the sky in some sort of celebration. This pose took me a lot more effort to draw. You can see my struggle. Once I had finally finished the sketching of her pose, I moved on to her hair, which also gave me some grief. I was trying to go for the sort of style Peggy Carter had, but it took me a while before I found a place I was happy with it that I thought I could replicate easily. Next, I moved on to her skirt. I don't know why, but it was pretty hard trying to make this skirt look nice, or at least as nice as I could get it. At first I was gonna add 3 pleats and call it a day, but then I got up some reference and got it to a point I thought looked good. When I moved on to her top, I gave her a cute little bow tie and added her a shirt where the sleeves are rolled up to her elbows. I also gave her some Mary Janes and almost knee-high socks. I also gave her a triumphant expression to top off the sketch. Back to some line art. I gave Katrina almost black hair, but not black hair because that would make animating more annoying for me. I gave her a warm white shirt, an orange skirt, and a pastel purple bow tie. I thought it was looking pretty nice. Next, I lined and coloured her face, giving her orangey brown eyes, then did some quick shading and final touches. And we're done! Thanks for watching, if you made it this far. I hope you liked the designs. I've also posted these up on Instagram if you want a better look. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see, and have a great day!